Hello, and in this session we explore the concept of entrepreneurial leadership. Good leaders need to create something of value and innovate within the marketplace. This, with the help of an organisation's resources, can enable an idea to become a viable reality. By the end of this session, students should be able to identify the key characteristics of an entrepreneurial leader, reflect on their attributes as an entrepreneurial leader, and apply the learning from this session through a tutorial exercise. Entrepreneurship and enterprise is concerned with the realisation of an idea. This involves taking the idea through a process of generation, feasibility, forecasting, and marketisation. Leaders must be able to create, innovate, and be consistently entrepreneurial. This attracts all main elements of the task or industry environment, including customers, buyers, suppliers, and new entrants. As with management, there is no one universally accepted definition of the term entrepreneurial leadership, which is why it's so important to ensure that we understand exactly what we mean when we use the term. The definition here from Gupta et al. 2004 gives us some idea of the complexity associated with the term entrepreneurial leadership, but it also gives us a good starting point to build an understanding of what leadership means for modern organisations. Entrepreneurial leadership is about creating a vision and direction for people. This is in contrast to management, which is concerned with organising and directing individuals and teams to achieve set or agreed organisational objectives relating to the previously set organisational vision. The two roles of leader and manager are nearly always intertwined. One cannot exist without the other. So while you will be expected to manage the day-to-day aspects of getting things done, you will also need to create some vision, focus, and direction for your staff. This can be on a small scale, where small teams need to understand, to see what has to be done. It can also be on a grand scale, where you're leading a whole organisation or group of organisations. Leadership styles can vary greatly, and there is no right or wrong way to lead. You will develop your own leadership style in time, but to begin, we will consider some of the well-known approaches. As knowledge and information become the new sources of power in today's dynamic markets, organisations must cultivate a new form of entrepreneurial leader, which maximises the company's capabilities. The entrepreneurial leader lends his or her vision, leadership style, and strategy to the very essence or core of the business. This individual is a major independent variable which influences the outcome and success of the business. Tarabishi et al. 2005 suggests here that there is a need for a new type of entrepreneurial leader in the modern fast-paced world, whilst identifying the key factors for this entrepreneurial leader. This consists of vision, leadership style, and strategy. Here, the concept of authentic entrepreneurial leadership is identified, which basically is the means by which entrepreneurs effectively use their own individual attributes, taking into account influences both from key people within their network and the external market, towards influencing this innovation. This is achieved by addressing four key areas: communication and delegation, organisational structures, people management, and finally vision and enactment. Leadership essentially involves a relationship between a leader and a group of followers in this pursuit of a mutual goal. By applying their own qualities, attitude, and perspective to their operating environment, the effective leader is able to achieve results which otherwise could not be expected, such as starting and growing highly successful businesses, military victories against superior forces, or shaping global social movements. Such outstanding leaders operate through symbolic behaviours such as empowering, role modelling, image building, and supportive behaviours. In the case of Starbucks, the outcomes from Schultz's key principles in action are things such as higher levels of sales, huge market share, and greater levels of customer and employee satisfaction. Starbucks has become a top global brand by adhering to the leader Schultz's 5 key principles. Make it your own, customise the experience. Everything matters, focus on every aspect of the job. Never ever lose your focus on your customer's experience and point of view. And surprise and delight, do the unexpected to make buying a cup of coffee enjoyable. Finally, embrace resistance. Learn from your mistake and leave your mark. Do your job so that your customers remember you. The entrepreneurial leader seeks to stamp their vision on the organisation through their strategy and leadership style. Schultz's vision, leadership style, and strategy have directly shaped and continues to shape the company itself. Throughout very turbulent times, Schultz remained true to his vision for Starbucks, even when many of the key decision makers within the company did not agree with him. This determination and single-mindedness are qualities which are often present in the entrepreneurial leader. As a direct result of this leadership, the company is now less focused on unrestricted sales growth and more focused on the 5 C's: community, connection, caring, committed, and coffee. Now, the company doesn't only focus on producing coffee. Instead, all its activities are now driven to provide customer satisfaction through quality of service, and there is an understanding at all levels within the organisation of what is needed to meet the needs, tastes, and preferences of the customer. In this case of Howard Schultz, there is clear evidence that to some degree at times he applied each of these styles of leadership during critical phases of the development of Starbucks. Firstly, alliance leadership. This was clearly evidenced during the phase where he was preparing to return as CEO and effectively build a power base of alliances prior to his coup. Reflective leadership. Most obvious when Starbucks was growing rapidly, and the systems and structures that he put in place were designed to encourage employees at every level to be involved. Thirdly, authoritarian leadership. Most obvious upon his immediate return to the position of CEO, as he sought to impose his new vision on the business. As an employee explained, all the pieces for a great culture were present. We all were told exactly how to live the company values. However, management had failed to live by example, so quickly each employee started to deviate from the desired culture and create subcultures based on each branch manager's behaviours. Authentic leadership. Now, it seems clear that Schultz generally employs an authentic leadership style as the business and he has matured. Today, businesses face increasing uncertainty and competitiveness, and the value of analytical leadership is diminishing, and there is emerging an increasing demand for the type of business leader who McGrath and Macmillan call the entrepreneurial leader. According to Greenberg et al., entrepreneurial leaders use 2 very different approaches to solving problems. For one, creation logic, the application of an entrepreneurial mindset to set and reach goals, even if the steps needed to reach those goals are not immediately clear. For example, Virgin Galactic had to develop a new type of aircraft that didn't previously exist in order to take tourists into lower Earth orbit. And secondly, prediction logic, the ability to apply knowledge and analysis to solve problems in a predictable way. Another example, James Dyson in the vacuum cleaner. Cognitive ambidexterity, Greenberg et al. Go on to suggest that the modern entrepreneurial leader needs to be able to apply both of these approaches when appropriate in order to survive in the modern fast-paced market. The modern entrepreneurial leader must also be mindful to the wider operating environment as defined by Sears, which seeks to promote responsibility and sustainability in these areas. Sears includes social, economic, and environmental. Sometimes known by these names, interpersonal skills are the basic life skills we use every day to communicate and work in partnership with other people, individually and in groups. An individual's interpersonal skills can greatly influence how resourceful or entrepreneurial and ultimately how effective they are. Since the entrepreneurial leader achieves their aims through others, strong interpersonal skills are crucial to the success of the entrepreneurial leader. Whilst the entrepreneurial leader will undoubtedly already possess strong interpersonal skills, they should always be trying to develop them by taking advantage of learning opportunities. These opportunities which present themselves such as training courses, action learning, case studies, formal or informal presentations, coaching, delegation, discussion, reflection, empowerment, on-the-job training, projects and networking, and feedback. In strategizing entrepreneurship, awareness of the market is essentially important. If the resources, people, and desire for your product or service is not apparent, then your idea will not achieve the profit motive. Considering the marketing mix is fundamental and includes many considerations. These are also known as the 5 or 8 Ps, and these include the product, the price, the processes, the productivity, the amount of physical evidence, and the position, promotion, and people involved. This list, as I said, is commonly known as the 8 Ps of marketing and enlightens the entrepreneur as to what should be investigated further. Chronologically speaking, towards enduring the longer term, entrepreneurs need to adapt to change and adopt solutions accordingly. Does the cost structure of the brand need to change? Has the marketplace and consumers changed their preferences? Does the current portfolio of the brand's products and services need to be reviewed and updated? The Greiner growth model displays the trajectory of a business idea from that conceiving of an idea to organising, delegating and performing the relevant and timely business activities which surround it. An idea initially involves one person and something of potential value. It becomes an opportunity when the entrepreneur makes something happen. With the right resources and commitment, the idea can become real, viable and prosperous. The following diagram illustrates the balance and consideration required and the impact of one on another, of the core aspects of capital, etc. Successful entrepreneurs consider business realities as represented by these aspects of capital when considering business ideas. What funding streams are available? How much is on offer? What is desired from society? Who in the current marketplace should you target and work with? The following tutorial task is designed to allow students to explore and apply the theory from this session. This task involves completion of the fourth and final portfolio worksheet. So, answer the following questions under the three main headings. Firstly, purpose. Why do organisations exist? What are their aims? And what are the push and pull factors related to startups? Back up your assertions with some references. Secondly, organisational principles. What core principles or values are universally voiced by leaders? Discuss with brief reference to literature. These principles considerations of business were addressed in the first two digital lectures. Thirdly, specialist and contemporary knowledge skill sets. What set of skills are required in today's workplace? Refer to the literature in the past 3 to 5 years to help address this question.